Next, we'd like to welcome on stage Dependable Intelligence.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm a professor at the National University of Singapore, but I'm also a professional tennis coach. So our work starts with developing our research was on trusted artificial intelligence, machine learning, and also probabilistic verification, automatic technology. It is a very deep technology, traditionally has been applied to calculating safety critical systems like aircraft. So aircraft 99.99% need to be reliable, and that reliability can be calculated if we know the reliability of the aircraft component, the engine reliability, the sensor reliability, the wings reliability. And we are the first one to pushing this deep technology into sports analytics. Now you can think about Roger Federer as an aircraft. And his forehand is like his wing, his backhand like his engine, and his volley is like all the different sensor structures. But because Roger Federer, his skill forehand, backhand down the line, backhand cross court, can be precisely calculated based on historical data. So we can calculating the probability in average on the reliability or the accuracy of Roger Federer's forehand down the line, backhand cross court. Given all those components, we can precisely calculating the reliability or accuracy of Roger Federer as a player. Same idea as an aircraft. So we apply that to, so there's how to control the next slides. This one? Yep. So our first successful application is helping Roger to beat Nadal. Because in 2017, before 2017, Roger, although had all the metrics, more Grand Slams, 300 weeks number one, Nadal only half. Roger has won 6 number like end of year ranking, top 8 player play together, who's the best. Roger won 6 times, Nadal still 0 time. But if you see the head-to-head, every time Roger win Nadal, he lose. He only wins 30%. Nadal beat him 70% of the time. The key question is how to help Roger to beat Nadal. So this is the result before 2016. So we actually published the first paper in 2015 to address that. Of course, these days, hey, at that time you don't have ChatGPT. Can we ask GPT-4 or Gemini, Google, how Federer beat Nadal, right? Here is real. ChatGPT give you 4 suggestions. First suggestion, ChatGPT say that Roger need to use his accurate, powerful serve, which is useless. Every player want to use powerful, consistent serve. So first suggestion, useless. Second one, very dangerous suggestion. He asked Roger to come to the net, come to the volley, because Roger is good at volley. That was a good suggestion for against average player. But against Nadal, very dangerous. Because Nadal top spin will zoom into Roger's feet level if you play tennis. And then you have to volley up. Then Nadal will kill you the next shots easily. That's why no one against Nadal come to the net very often, unless Nadal totally out of position. So second suggestion is wrong. The third suggestion, ChatGPT say you just should use these slides to mix it up. The problem is if you're using backhand slides, the ball backspin, and Nadal love the top spin forehand, and the spin will be more spinny back to Roger's backhand. And Roger already have a hard time to handle Nadal's top spin. So third advice, totally dangerous, wrong. The last one, if you look at the ChatGPT generated, say Roger need to be mentally tough. All the top 100 players need to be mentally tough. So also useless. So what we can do? You need a precision technology like what we developed for probabilistic verification, right? So what we did is that we need developing a precision probability model automatically, generated from the video, and build a Markov model for each player automatically. So we can build a model for Roger, model for Nadal automatically based on historical data. Then put them together, give advice. So we published our first IEEE paper in 2015, point out Roger need to play more backhand down the line. That's the strategy advice. And also try to improve his backhand down the line. If he can improve 2%, will lead to 5% over chance winning. Because Roger's winning chance before 2016 against Nadal is 46%, below 50. If he can improve 2% backhand down the line, will lead to 5% overall winning chance against Nadal. I also gave that demonstration in coach conference in Melbourne, and one of the coach is one of the Australian coach, is Roger's coach. And I basically demonstrate that you need to put 20 minutes for Roger during the Christmas time. They have an off-season, December, practice backhand down the line, just 20 minutes each day. Just need to improve 2%, then you can beat Nadal. Guess what? Roger is such a good student. He's not only improved his 2%, he actually improved 3%. We have all the data, statistics on us. In 2017, Roger improved his backhand down the line from 18% mistake, cut it down 15% mistake. The result is, you look at 2017 data, he beat Nadal 4 times. He beat Nadal every single time. Okay? Big impact for Roger's game. But Roger made a big mistake. Can anyone guess what mistake Roger made? Panel? No? He didn't pay me any money. So, we need to teach Roger a lesson, right? It is easy to help him tell Nadal what to do to beat Roger because they level pretty close. What is the challenge? Is helping someone never beating Roger before. Very low rank player. So John Millman. The reason we're helping John Millman is not just because it's a friend, because it's also my son's practice partner. My son was #1 junior player in Australia under my coaching. John was Brisbane boy. We all live in Brisbane, so we practice very often. So here's my mobile phone message the day before he played Roger Federer in US Open 2018. Right? Roger 2017 didn't pay me anything. I need to teach him a lesson in 2018. So John's record is only 55 ranking in the world. He never beaten Roger. He lost Roger 6 times in a row. And actually, John never beaten any top 10 player in his whole life. And Roger, when he's in top 10 in the last 20 years, he never lost to anyone outside top 50. So the result is, and no betting company believed John going to win. So the odds was, you put $1 for John, you get $19 back for the odds. And all probability basically tell, if you're serving Federer backhand, his return probability is 78% to your left-hand side middle. Therefore, after serving his backhand, you get really attacking him. There are many other insightful advice. If you switch 10% from right serve to middle serve, your total increase chance will be by 4%. So those are the advice we give to John. So John, first time in his life, beating Roger, and Roger, first time he lost to someone outside top 50. Guess who's interested in this story? There's the BBC, CNN reported analytics behind this John's winning. Guess which player? Djokovic, right? Obviously. Djokovic have a data scientist, trying to get my mobile number through my son's coach, through John Millman. And somehow he got my number. We say, okay, we can meet up. So not just meet up, actually my son can give you 1 hour lesson and teach you how to beat Federer. So this is 2020. We agree with Djokovic. I actually have video, but you only asked me to give the PDF file, so I didn't load the video. You can come to our booth. I show the live video. We show how the same strategy would tell the John Millman to beat Federer. So tell basically to Roger, basically tell Djokovic to attacking certain position. For example, if a backer using slice, you top spin back to his backhand corner, even though he improved his backhand, there's still a weak spot for Federer. Things like that. Guess what? Next day, Djokovic beating Roger 3-love. Roger has no chance. I just give you a number of examples. There are plenty other examples I gave to you. And if you come to our booths. The basic methodology is that we do the video analytics using deep learning, also use large language model these days. We divided they cannot take a video, but we can divide the video into multiple frames and put a large language model, give us the feedback. but they're not very good in the fast action sequence. So we also need to develop our own algorithm using computer vision and deep learning to get a precise sequence of actions. Once we get that, then we generate probability model for each player automatically. Of course, this is just for tennis. We also applied for many sports. And our prediction was super accurate. I just give one example. If you remember, last year Wimbledon final, right? John Manker said, Alcaraz has no chance because Djokovic just beat Alcaraz in French Open final, and Djokovic hasn't been lost in 5 years in Wimbledon. He won five Wimbledon in a row. And Alcaraz just lost to Djokovic. Alcaraz hasn't got much grass court experience. But our prediction is that Alcaraz is going to win, but by a tiny margin. IBM also predict Alcaraz is going to win Wimbledon. So after the final, Alcaraz actually beat Djokovic, very close match. IBM share went up by 3%. But IBM's prediction, 55% for Alcaraz to win, is not precise. Our number is 51%, which actually very close to the actual match. The whole actual match is 23 games each, only 2 small point difference. So our prediction was super accurate. We also give consultancy to the betting company, because for betting company to survive, your betting result need to be precise. And tennis is just one example because I'm a tennis coach. But I also have team looking at American football, NFL, soccer, basketball, baseball, many different sports. The state space is more complicated, more challenging. That's why I'm very interested to come to this conference looking to collaborations, because you guys are expert in American football. I'm only a tennis coach and a professor. Thank you very much.
Can you talk a little bit about, it's very impressive and very cool to hear the stories. Can you talk a little bit about how, kind of the business model that you're thinking about? You mentioned consultancy for betting companies. Obviously, it's the kind of player dynamic as well.
Yeah.
Do you find conflicts in terms of doing work for one player and then in turn versus the
yeah,
other?
it's interesting, very good question. For example, I set up the startup company in Australia just because Singapore do not allow online betting. So our income mainly come from automatic online betting, from the precise predictions. So one of the betting companies said, hey, you guys keep earning money from us. Can you maybe help us to get better odds? We said, oh yeah, we love to do that. So that's one of the consultants with the betting company. And now 2 of my kids got a full scholarship in NCAA, play tennis. My son now in the LSU play for Tigers. So I'm also do consultancy for free for my son's team. Right? Basically, there's a lot of strategy, like 2 hours, they spend 10 hours, about 10 minutes forehand cross court. You have all the college training, 2 hours, 10 minutes backhand cross court. I said, oh, okay, all wrong. Because our data shows that in the real match, people attacking your backhand corner 37% more. Therefore, if you do 10%, the 10 minutes for forehand cross, you need to do 13, 14 minutes on the backhand side. That is proportional to the real match situation. So advice like that. There are many other advice, which is pretty secret. I don't want to tell other teams. Yeah.
Thank you. It's very interesting. And I think we can safely say you're the only university professor and professional tennis coach in the world. Yeah. With the addressable market, I mean, well, first off, do you have a business partner in this? Have you started to commercialize this at all, or is it really the technology, and when would you commercialize this?
Very good question. For example, this time I set up a company in Australia, mainly just do betting automatically, because we're so busy publishing paper, looking for the next algorithm to have more efficient predictions and for aircraft, all the important stuff. So we don't have zero sales team, zero funding. And, but we think our technology was really deep. It's for safer critical aircraft stuff. And no one have thought can apply to sports. We believe there have a lot of potentials. If we can get a good partner or investors to build a sales team to sell the stuff. But currently, we have this kind of a little wave system. You put a different player name, we're automatically generating a certain statistic, also a little bit of strategy to say, hey, you need to, be careful on the ad court because every time he's 78% under pressure, 30 point is serving to your backhand. So that kind of a key thing you need to be careful. You also don't want to tell the player too much. Because you don't want to tell the one the ball spinning in this speed, in 180 travel, that you play down the line. That was too much information to remember. So it's about a balance to fine-tune that advice so the player can remember easily. There's a lot of other issues. Also, how much we're going to charge a player, right? For geography, we're thinking, you do advertising for us for free. Maybe we'll give you a free service. And for other player, maybe we should charge a certain fee. We're not very experienced with that. So maybe you guys can help. The market model, the price model, all this stuff. My PhD student is not interested, and unfortunately, but I'm keep pushing. Yeah.
I think Christine hit on something that was pretty spot on, which is you have to go one direction or the other. It's going to be tough to be able to service the players and the betting market at the same time. Which is the larger addressable market? Player analysis or the betting side?
We actually consulting to Tennis Australia for tennis integrity to find the match fixing, which relate to betting. Someone put a big amount of money for the lower ranked player to win. Indeed, he won. That raised a flag. So our video analysis shows that normally he can run down to that ball and not be able to run down that ball. We provide that evidence to show the player. Can you explain that? Right. So it's related to betting. So betting company, tennis integrity units, the good guy like us, all in a good team, work together. I'm kind of interested in that as a consultancy, but I'm also, as a coach, I'm interested in helping low-ranked player, beating, that kind of a big story. So I'm interested in both, but I hope I can work both on that. I know during the junior, my son, when they played the junior year, I'm not allowed betting because their tennis integrity ban all parents coach for betting. Yeah, but my postdoc in Australia can do that, right? So I don't have to do that. I hope I can work on both areas. But you may be right. There is maybe a certain conflict of interest, right? If I'm helping you, give him good strategy to win, at the same time. But I'm not allowed betting. But I can. But that winning chance somehow can, maybe in game theory, can somehow into the betting predictions. The betting prediction should be maybe a little bit different. If that's my consultant, the player. So it's a very good question. I also need to try to think about that, the conflict of interesting part. Brilliant question. Thank you. Right. Thank you.